Be in relationship with others. Tell them where you're at. Hey, my heart still hurts. Otherwise, these situations turn into rebounds and we try to pretend we're somewhere we're not. Don't do that either, because that's just hard for the other person. I've divorced my wife almost a year ago. She's already dating someone new and in a relationship. I don't understand how she can move on so quickly, and it's hurtful to me. How can I stop feeling sad about this? Okay, great question. Stop focusing on her. Stop focusing on your sadness. I'm not saying ignore your sadness. I'm not saying don't feel your sadness. I'm saying don't sit in your sadness. But most importantly, do not focus on her. If you haven't already cut off most of your communication lines, and I don't mean blocking someone, I just mean if you haven't already really stopped whatever. If you're following it on social media, stop that. If you're making phone calls and texts, stop that. You got to stop all of that, because you're still connected energetically to her energy. That is not going to help you. And bless her for moving on. We don't have to worry about if she's learned her lessons or not. What we what we focus on is, have I learned the lessons that I wanted from the relationship? Even though it sounds like you didn't want the divorce, you on a soul level asked her to come in and be your partner, for you to fall madly, deeply in love with her, and for her to leave you and create this heartache. It sucks, and it's hard to think that we would create these things ourselves, but we do. They're all soul contracts. They're all people, places, things that we've called into our life to help us grow and help us awaken and help us expand. And the fact that you're even asking this question is such a great sign, because it means that you're open to wanting to acknowledge that, hey, I'm still thinking about this, and you're being vulnerable to bring it up. But you're a year out. It's time to move into thoughts and feelings that you want to have for you. And I would even start, if you haven't already, thinking about, what is the perfect woman to date look like? Make a list of all the things that you liked and don't like of your previous partner, but think about it more broadly so that it doesn't get so stuck on her. And think about all of the relationships you've had. Go back to the last 5, the last 10, and write down, what are all the things I really loved about this woman? What are all the things that, oh, you know what, I didn't really like so much about that one. Oh, I love this, or, oh, and start putting together that list. Now, I'm not saying a heavy expectation list. I'm just saying, get clear with the universe what you want to bring in. It's clear that it's time to move on. She's moving on. Good for her. You need to move on. Good for you, because that's where the healing happens. And, chances are the best part is for you to do the work, be in relationship with others, tell them where you're at. Hey, my heart still hurts. Otherwise, these situations turn into rebounds and we try to pretend we're somewhere we're not. Don't do that either, because that's just hard for the other person. Say, I would love to be friends with you. I would love to, if you feel intimacy with a new person, do it, but just be fair with them. I'm still thinking about my ex and I want to move through it. I hope you can help me, right? And don't bog down that person with all your woes about the other person, but just be open about where the state of your heart is. That's the important part, that you're legit with yourself and you're telling yourself the truth where you are, and that you're telling others the truth, and that you're getting out of the loops of wanting to tell the same story of, my wife left me, I'm sad, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm not saying this is you, but that where something that a lot of times happens for people, it's really jolting, the rug gets pulled out, they're like, I don't know what to do now. My whole future, vision and fantasy, again, I don't know if this is you, but was, just vanished in a short period of time. You have a new canvas. Artists have fresh canvases all the time. They spend months, sometimes years, creating the most beautiful painting, only to let it go. They sell it, it goes, and then they have to start out with a fresh new canvas. So that's what relationships can be like. You learned a lot from the last 6, 12 months, 2 years, whatever it is it took you to make that painting. Now you got a whole new canvas and you got a beautiful box of paints or whatever it is, that you can, and colors that you can create something new. I don't know why we all have to get, okay, not we all, and I don't know if this is you, but a lot of times we get really caught up in like change and things that are different. It's such a beautiful opportunity, such a beautiful time in our lives to just have freshness and newness. And I'm not discounting. I know I've been through heartbreak. I know what it's like when someone leaves and you want them and you don't understand why they've left. But when you do the deeper work, you do start to understand why they weren't right for you. And it doesn't have to be about you. It's about them. And so just really keep doing the work. You're doing great. I feel it. And keep your heart open, most importantly. Don't let these heartbreaks take you down. You're a beautiful heart. Someone is going to come in and really, really appreciate that big heart of yours and help you get to the next level of your awakening and ascension. And you're going to do the same for them. It goes both ways. Okay, let's go on to the next question.